Going the Sri Lanka way. That is the new economic trend in South Asia, it seems. This time the trouble is to India's north, in Nepal. Their trajectory is ominously similar to Sri Lanka's. Falling foreign exchange, no tourism, no remittances. So basically a looming forex crisis. But Nepal has one advantage, and that's time. They still have time to try new policies. Nepal's government is going with an import ban. 10 goods have been identified so far. They fall under two categories: non-essentials. For example, liquor, foreign cigarettes, diamonds, mobile phones worth more than $600, television sets over 32 inches, foreign cars, jeeps and bikes. Starting today, none of these goods can be imported into Nepal. Also some non-essentials like Lays and Kurkure, foreign toys, even playing cards cannot be imported in Nepal anymore. I know, sounds like a joke. What difference could not importing chips or playing cards make? Well, that tells you how serious the problem is. Every penny of foreign exchange is crucial for Nepal at this point. Plus, the Nepalese have a thing for playing cards. They don't produce them locally, so every packet is imported. And guess how many we are talking about? In the last 5 years, Nepal imported 66.2 million packets, 66.2 million. And how much did they pay for that? Around $8 million US for playing cards. According to the government, this ban is temporary. It will last until mid-July. Hopefully by then the situation will improve. But how did Nepal land in this mess in the first place? Small country, small population. How did they run out of foreign exchange? Because of 4 reasons. Number one, the Wuhan virus pandemic. Like Sri Lanka, Nepal is also dependent on tourism. It makes up around 8% of their GDP, tourism. When tourists come, they bring foreign exchange with them. They spend money. In the last 2 years, that did not happen. And I have numbers to show that. In 2019, 1.2 million people visited Nepal. In 2020, just 230,000. 2021, 150,000. No tourists, no foreign exchange. Reason number 2, falling remittances. Around 3.5 million Nepalese work outside the country. Most of them in Southeast Asia. Before the pandemic, they used to send money home. This was valuable foreign exchange, but after 2019, that slowed down. Last year, Nepal's remittances fell around 5%. Reason number 3, rising imports. In the last fiscal year, Nepal's imports rose 38%. In the year before, it rose only 2%. To import more, you need to spend more foreign exchange. And that's what Nepal did. Take a look at these numbers now. In July 2021, Nepal's foreign reserves, forex reserves, were at around $11 billion. This year, they fell to $9 billion. That's a drop of around 18%, which means Nepal cannot afford to splurge foreign exchange. They have enough to cover 6 months of imports. That's it. Also, the war in Ukraine has made things worse. You see, Nepal's biggest import is oil. In the last 9 months, they spent $1.5 billion on oil. Russia's war has made oil more expensive. The result is this: Nepal is using up more dollars to buy oil. Now, these changes are not unique to Kathmandu. Falling tourism, COVID-19, expensive oil, these problems affect every country. So why are the likes of Nepal and Sri Lanka the worst hit? Because their economies lack resilience. That's reason number 4. Very little foreign investment, very little industrialization. So Nepal's economy was primed for the pandemic to destroy. Their leaders also take some of the blame. Do you remember the political crisis in 2020 and then again in 2021? All the tantrums thrown by Palki Sharma Upadhyay. That's been the feature of Nepal's politics: instability and infighting. Foreign investors hate that sort of thing. They prefer stable and rational politics, something Nepal has struggled to achieve. So that's where things stand in the Himalayas. Not as bad as Sri Lanka, but without proper intervention, something similar could happen. And this is a message to every country, in fact, because the last 2 years have been challenging. Revenues have fallen, but expenditure has been rising. Add to that some loan sharks like China, and you get what's happening in Sri Lanka. And by the way, China does have stakes in Nepal. Kathmandu joined the Belt and Road Initiative in 2017, and since then, China has signed loan after loan for Nepal. How much? Well, like all Chinese loans, we cannot be sure. China claims they make up only 3% of Nepal's external debt. Well, either way, this is a crucial time for South Asia. First Sri Lanka, now Nepal, and there are some rumors about Bhutan too. Their finance minister is calling for fiscal prudence. He says it's everyone's responsibility to protect foreign currency reserves. I guess Shangri-La or not, the law of economics catches you everywhere. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.